What are we playing today, Jennifer?
Agents of SMERSH.
What is Agents of SMERSH?
A storytelling game set in the Cold War, Barry.
Set in the Cold War era, Jennifer. If you're going to read the box, read it right.
No, I wasn't. I was repeating what you said.
Yes. Alright, so the objective of the game is to get these intel tokens and beat up henchmen in order to spoil Dr. Lobo's plan for world domination. Alright, so basically what we'll be doing is fighting henchmen, which will move this location intel track up. In a 2-player game, we have to get to 4 on the track. And throughout the game, we'll be collecting these intel tokens and put them in our intel pool. And if the symbols on the tokens match the corresponding symbols on the track for Dr. Lobo, we win the game. If Dr. Lobo gets to 9, we lose the game. Another way we can win is if we beat up all 4 henchmen. Now, in a 2-player game, there is a little bit of a different setup. There's random intel tokens set on the board. We do this by drawing fate cards and placing intel tokens there. We start off with 2 UN tokens each, which basically lets us move anywhere in the world. I randomly picked a henchman to start off at level 2, and I did that by shuffling the location tokens and flipping one around. And Mr. Fedor Maximov here has level 2 difficulty. So I am going to be Agent U00, Nikita Shizuka. Alright, now she's weak in deception and she's high in athletics. She has 5 resolve. Her additional skills are electronics and seduction. She'll start off, her secret mission on the board is Londa and Nairobi. And once both of those secret missions are completed, she can upgrade somehow. She also starts off with the watch, which will let her do some things. Before rolling dice in each one of your tests, you may look at the top villain card and either discard it or keep it on top. And then once she could discard this to reroll all dice in any test that she failed. Our other thing is she starts with the watch, like I said, and she starts with an additional UN transport token, which I didn't grab. Jennifer, who are you?
I am Agent J06, Dexter Kane. I am a jack of all trades, a master of none. I have 6 resolve. I start off with 3 advanced skills, and I chose weapons use, speed, and adventuring. My location missions are Abichi and London.
What's your other skills there? Anything?
I can use up to 2 resolve per turn for tests. Instead of
1.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to go first. So now we had the movement phase. I could stay where I am and heal, but you can only do that if you have 2 wounds. Or else you got to move. So I am starting up here in the Alps. Now with the Alps, you can see these arrows that point away, which means you must move out of that location on your next turn. And you cannot go through them when moving. Okay, like you can go from here to here, which is connected, but if it weren't, I couldn't do that. Better example is this guy. You couldn't go from here to here going through the Congo Basin on a movement. You'd have to go around it. Alright, so I'm going to move. Now you have 2 movement actions. I think the first thing I want to do is go into Paris. I'm going to start heading down here for this intel token. And then I want to go to Madrid. Okay, so that's my 2 movements. Next we have an encounter. So Madrid is in Europe, indicated by the purple border on the circle. I would draw
what color?
I'm sorry, yellow.
Oh my goodness.
I was looking at Asia. I draw.
Asia's not purple either.
It's purple.
America's purple.
That's blue. Alright, I draw a card for Europe. Okay, and we read the card. It says break the code. Okay, it says 27. So Jen will look in the Book of Encounters under section 27. Okay, and then it says response group C. So I will look at this group reaction sheet, which is double-sided. It has the land reactions on one side, the C reactions on the other. I'll look at group C on here, okay, and then I get to choose one of these 7 responses. So it's observe. What do I got? I got electronics. It's observe, quick action, test your limits with determination, get assistance. Let's have some fun at all costs. Let's go with 2. So now Jen will look at 27.2, and then finally we'll draw a fate card, and that will tell us what the end of this encounter will be in the code book. Alright, now since there's no intel, we go to the first circle there. It's 1, so it is 27-1.
You pull out a sheet of paper and examine it. It contains a diagram and step-by-step instructions written for you by Dr. FX. The problem is you only have a minute to disarm the missile or the Galapagos Islands will be sunk. You crumble the paper and throw it away. You don't have time, so you'll have to rely on your instincts. Test spycraft, +2, and you pass with electronics.
Well, I have electronics, so we're going to automatically pass.
All right. You navigate through the control panel with ease and stop the counter a full half second before launch. Piece of cake. Advanced skill.
Alright, so it says advanced skill, which means I could take 1 additional advanced skill of my choice. So, yeah, since she's low on detection, I'm going to take stealth. So, that's the end of the encounter phase. Now we move on to the cleanup phase. The end of the round phase, rather. So we take a villain card. We look at the end of turn section up top. Okay, and it says something I can't read, small print. Alright, it says Australia's declaration of war against Africa is still a mystery. Remove all intel from Asia, there's none there. Add 1 intel to Rio de Janeiro and 1 to Panama City. So we randomly take 1 intel token, place it on Rio de Janeiro, and then 1 on Panama City. What was the other one? Yes. Okay, and then finally, an airport will close at the current cities. So
There's no
airport. We just ignore that. Okay, and that is the end of my turn. So it now goes over to Jennifer.
All right, I'm going to go to Lagos. There's intel there.
Okay.
So I'm going to stop my movement.
So now Jen has a choice. She can either collect the intel and put it in the intel pool, or decide to reveal the location of one of the henchmen, in which case the intel will go back into the supply, and then we'll take a fate card that'll tell us which location the henchman location disc will go on to.
I'm going to go for the intel.
Going to put it in the pool?
Yes.
Okay, so the token goes face down into the pool. We never look at these unless something in the game lets us do that, flip them over. Now there's a thing called Intel Overload, I think it's called. Whenever we get to 6 Intel tokens on the board, they all go away. And if there's more than 1 location, henchman location token on the board, they would go away. Okay? They go back into their supplies and get reshuffled. But we're good with that. We only have 3. So now Jen will do her encounter. So she is in Africa. So we have doppelgangers. So I will look at section 33 of the book. And Jen would look at response section B.
So I can impress, be on my guard, rely on instinct, persuade, admire, detain, or intimidate. I am going to pick a number.
That would help.
Trying to think of with what I have. I'm going to go with 3.
Okay, so 33-3. We draw a fate card. Now, being that she had an intel on that one, it'll be 5. 33.3.5. And with the intel, the encounters are usually tougher. So, okay, so it says move to Savannah. Okay, it says move to the Sahara. So she would move to the Sahara.
I was going to say,
So she goes to the Sahara Desert. You are trying to locate an underground SMERSH base, but the nomads working to build the base refuse to tell you its location because it is on sacred ground. Before setting off on their pilgrimage, the nomads are waiting for a princess. When the real Princess Leila is held up by an elephant who decides to sleep in the middle of the road, you seize your opportunity without stopping to think what a bad idea this might be. Dressed as the princess, you hire a few thugs to escort you to the caravan. Unfortunately, your cover is blown when you need to stop in the little girl's tent. One of the men decides to take a peek and sees the pistol strapped to your ankles. Okay, so Jen will have to test hand-to-hand -1. She would pass with weapons use.
I have weapons use.
So it's an automatic pass. You are forced to fight the nomads, who, fortunately, are no match for you and your men. In the leader's pouch, you find a map to the Isle of Bliss and make your way to Dr. Lobo's new desert base. Flip up 2 intel tokens in the pool or gain 1 resolve. So, well, yeah. Okay, since there's only 1 intel token in the pool, we flipped it over. Jen's maxed on resolve, so that didn't make sense to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so getting pretty lucky so far. Now we draw another villain card for the end of turn stuff.
Okay, so UN building in Paris attacked by long-range missiles. Remove intel from Europe. There is none. And we will add intel to Nolans. There is no airport closures.
No airport closures. Back to me. Okay, so I'm in Madrid. And I'm going to go down to Casablanca here. Okay, I guess the intel pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll toss that puppy in the intel pool. And now I'm going to end my movement. And then we're going to do the encounter. So
You're in Africa.
I am in Africa. So testing your limits. 12. Response group I. So I have a choice here. I. No compromise. Trick. Scoff. Go for broke. Mediate. The better part of valor, or examine. What do you think?
What were the choices?
No compromise, trick, scoff, go for broke, mediate, the better part of valor, examine.
Well, trick. You have you have stealth
And seduction.
and seduction.
Yeah, I guess we'll go to that. Trick, so 2. So we're at 12, 2. There was intel 2. So 12, 2, 2.
Rex Reaper knows the location of Dr. Lobo's base, and he was seen some weeks ago traveling through Johannesburg to an unknown destination. Your investigations reveal that he is meeting a wealthy Briton who does business in Africa. You also learn that Rex does not know what the Briton looks like, so you have stolen his identity and arranged a new location to meet Rex. Still, Rex is no fool and he is very careful. It will be difficult to get any information from him. Test persuasion or deception +2. But it has the 2 in the block, so that means you have to win twice.
I have to get 2 passes.
Or you can pass with disguise or seduction.
Alright, so I have seduction. I pass. What's the pass?
Rex is convinced that you are his contact and eventually tells you what you need to know. Add a location token to the map.
Okay, so I'll draw a fate card. Up top here, we can see the name of a city, so it's Berlin. And then I will take one of these location tokens randomly and put it on Berlin. Okay, now, like I said, these location tokens push this location intel track up, which will end the game. Okay, and then finally, the end of round, end of turn phase, we go to the villain deck. Draw a card that says, bomb detonates inside the White House, killing First Lady. Remove intel from North America. So this one goes back into the supply. Then we will add intel to Silong. There is no airport closures, so we got lucky there. It's Jen's turn.
Okay.
Well, now we would check for any intel overflow. There's none, but good.
Oh, okay. I have to move out of there.
Yeah, you have to get out of there. You cannot rest there.
I guess I will go from... I'll go to Cairo and then You think I should go to the ocean? Or you think I should...
I
can't fly though, right?
No, you had to start your turn there. But you could just stop here and then fly the next turn. What Jen was saying is to go from one airport to another airport location, you had to start your turn in the airport location in order to move from one location to another. Alright, so say if Jen started here at Cairo, which is an airport location, she'd have to start there and then she could fly to Ceylon, because that's another airport location.
Oh, you know what? Where is my places that I have to go to? Where's a beachy?
It's right here.
Oh, it's in Africa. Oh, well then, send me there.
Okay. So, where are we at? Africa?
Yeah.
There you
go. All right, double agents. 20, response group D. All right, I can snoop around, I can charm, I can act strangely, which I excel at. I can act innocent, use force, praise, or I won't be fooled. I'm going to go with 1. Snooping around.
Okay, so it's 21, 3. A suspected double agent is staying at the best hotel in town on the UN expense account. You disguise yourself as a maid so that you can have a look around his room. You haven't got far when the real maid enters and does a double take when she sees you. Okay, so she could test deception -1, or she could test persuasion +1 rather, but she has to get 2 successes. Or she passes with disguise.
I don't have disguise. So what were the other ones?
Deception -1, or persuasion +1. You have to get 2 successes.
Alright, I'm going to... I guess I'll just do deception -1, so that only gives me 1 die.
Okay, so during the resolves for these, you always get this gray die here. Okay.
There's only 1 win on this.
Yes. Now, let me get rid of these. Now, you're always going to roll this gray die which Jen has in her hand until get out of the camera shot. Okay, now, all this stuff we're saying, deception, +1, -1, whatever, have you, is our skills here. If we look at Jen's board with her hands in the eye, we will see that her deception is 1. So we will subtract 1. Okay, that won't give her any additional dice. But say her deception was 2 and she subtract 1, she still have 1 deception value there. She could draw 1 additional die from this bag, which may or may not help her. Some of them have a success rate of like 5 sides are successes, one's not. Some are 50-50. Some will injure you, some are just straight fails or passes, stuff like that.
So if I did persuasion at +2,
yes,
would that give me 3 more die? Because my persuasion's on 1.
Your persuasion's 1, so you get to draw 3 dice from this bag. You're always going to roll this one, so you get 3 additional dice. But now you have to get 2 successes instead of just 1.
I'm going to go for that.
You're going to go with persuasion +2?
Yeah.
Okay, now, the resolve here will let you do some things too. Like, if she fails, she could reroll 1 die. Or sometimes it'll give you, use a resolve, you can use 1 additional die, something like that.
Okay, I randomly picked 3 more
dice
die.
out of the bag.
I got the awesome one. Woohoo.
So now you gotta roll the gray one. You gotta roll all of them. Okay, so she only has 1 success, which means she fails because she needs 2.
But I'm going to use a resolve and roll
1 die.
1 die.
Good.
And pick this one.
Okay, so the black one's like heavily based for success.
Yes.
So she has it. Okay, you stammer out an apology in the local language. Wrong floor, my mistake. You grab your mop and bucket and leave the room. Luckily, you found what you came for before the maid arrived. Up deception. So now she will be able to up her deception skill by 1.
Okay. And also, if I had an injury, I could heal that.
Yes, she does not have any injuries.
So these die will go back in the bag.
Yes. Now, when you hear plus or minus for this in the Book of Encounters, you don't physically move these. You just subtract that mentally. in your head. You don't actually move the indicators there. Okay, so we go to the villain card and go to the end of phase.
Now
here.
I can flip this over.
Oh yes, Jen, that was one of her secret mission spots, so she could flip that over. And like I said, once both of them complete it, she can basically one upgrade of her choice for each card. There's a little
I
confusion
believe you
on
can
this.
get an advanced skill or up one of these.
You can up one of these. You can take a UN token. There's several things you can do, but there's a little confusion in the rule book about this. Part of it says, flip one card over, take the advantage. The other one says once both of them are flipped over, you get the advantages. There's a little confusion with that. Okay, so here's your end of...
Okay, 3 passenger planes disappear over Atlantic. Add intel to Athens and close the airport in the current city. But I don't believe there is an airport.
Rome, Athens? No, there is not. So we're getting pretty lucky with these airports. Okay, folks, I'm going to stop the video here. So please come back and join us. Get gaming, have fun. Thanks for watching.